Hi bakers, welcome to Global Bakes. My name is Tanya. Today we are going to make a lemon cake with a lemon cream cheese icing. I absolutely love anything lemon, and when I got a request for a light lemon cake, I decided to go ahead and get this video out as soon as I could. So let's get started baking.
Okay, let's get into making this cake. First I'm going to prepare my pans with some baking spray, just to make sure it doesn't stick. Then cut some parchment rounds to fit in each pan. You can buy these pre-cut depending on the size of your pan, but I didn't have any 6-inch ones, so I'm cutting them myself. I fold them into quarters, then I just have to cut them half moon shape, fit them into the bottom of each pan. You can find this full recipe on my blog at globalbakes.com/lemoncake. I'm spraying the top of it and then flouring the sides of each pan to ensure that nothing sticks to the cake and I get a nice clean release. I'm going to go ahead and cream the butter and sugar here. I want to get these nice and light and fluffy. Then I will add the lemon juice to my milk. That kind of helps create almost a buttermilk-like mixture. Scrape down the sides of your bowl and then add the eggs one at a time while the mixer is still running on a low to medium speed. Make sure you add those and mix until they're incorporated. Then add the vanilla. I'm going to mix together my dry ingredients and then sift them. Sifting is really important to make sure that you get a nice light cake. You can even sift twice if you have time for it. Add the oil to your mixture, scrape down the sides of your bowl to get all the butter that's stuck to the sides, and then start adding your flour and milk alternately. You should start and end with flour. Just mix until it's all incorporated and then scrape the bottom of the bowl. Now, I am making a few cupcakes with this batter. You can use all of it in just your cake pans, but I needed a cake and some cupcakes, so I was able to divide the batter. I like to do this to be able to share with people. Evenly distribute your batter into the cake pans that have been prepared. I use a scale to make sure that I get these even. You don't have to be that accurate if you don't want to, but I highly recommend a scale for weighing ingredients anyway, so this is a pretty easy step. I place them on a pan so it's easy enough to get them into and out of the oven, and spread that batter evenly into the pans so that the top is level. And then go ahead and bake for 25 to 35 minutes depending on the size of your pan. While that's baking, I'm going to make the icing. Go ahead and cream the butter and the cream cheese to make sure that it's all smooth consistency. While you're doing that, prepare your lemons and your lemon juice and your lemon zest. Add that lemon zest right into the mix. The more you mix that zest, the more it's going to release the oils to give you a more of a lemon flavor. Start adding your powdered sugar just a little at a time. Keep the mixer on low so that the powdered sugar doesn't make a cloud of dust. And I just keep adding until I've added all of that sifted powdered sugar. Now I'm going to check the consistency. It's a little loose and not quite enough lemon flavor, so added a little more lemon juice, and I'm going to sift a little bit more powdered sugar to thicken up the consistency of the icing. Add that with your spoon and mix until you get a completely homogeneous mixture. You're going to double check the consistency. Add some salt. You always want to add salt because that intensifies the other flavors. Here I'm checking the consistency. It looks pretty good. This is what I was going for. Add a little bit to your cake plate or whatever you want to put your cake on, and then just start layering some icing in between the layers of cake. Make sure you get a good thick even layer, and continue between each layer. This is where you can kind of play with this cake. You could add some fresh fruit, maybe some sliced strawberries or blueberries. You could add some curd or a fruit compote as well. Anything berry goes really well with lemon, or you could use a lemon curd, which is one of my favorites. I'm going to make sure that I get that icing in a good thin layer on the outside of the cake. Cover the entire cake. This is the crumb coat. This is just going to give us a nice even layer and keep all those crumbs from getting into our finished cake layer. So we're going to use a bench scraper to scrape out the sides. It's okay if the cake is showing through a little bit here. Just use that bench scraper to get it even all the way around. Even out the top, and then go ahead and refrigerate this until it firms up a bit. I'm going to add a final coating of icing. spread. I always tend to spread the icing on the outsides of the cake first, get it nice and even, and then I'll go back and do the top. You'll see me here add and remove icing, because sometimes when you use the bench scraper to level out the sides, you end up getting a spot that's a little bit too thin or maybe not even. So I'll add some, scrape it down, use the bench scraper, and then add a little bit more to fill in the spots that didn't turn out the way I wanted them to. So just keep doing this until you're happy with your cake. Sometimes it takes a while to get it the way you like, but just keep going until you're happy with it. I'm going to add some dollops on top, because I'm just going to do a real simple decoration with this cake of some dollops of icing and some sliced lemons here. I cut them into quarters and put them with the peel side out. Another really good addition here would be some candied lemon peel. I'm going to use a little bit more icing to give a nice little scallop border to the bottom of the cake. You always want to finish off the bottom, otherwise it looks a little bit unfinished and not really that neat. So just a quick scallop border.
And there we have our lemon cake with the lemon cream cheese icing. Now you could really dress up this recipe if you wanted to, and if you want to add some other flavors, you could do blueberry, raspberry, strawberry, either just fresh fruit on top. You could add a layer of fruit compote in between the layers as well. Really simple to make. And adds a little bit of a different texture to it and different flavor combination. But this cake is really for the lemon lover. If you really want to get the lemon lover in your life happy, you can add a layer of lemon curd in between each of the layers, and that will really bump up the lemon. But this has plenty of flavor, just the way it is, with just the buttercream, a little bit of tang from the cream cheese, and a beautiful soft lemon cake. So please let me know what you think of this recipe by leaving me a comment in the comments box below. The full recipe is going to be linked in the description box so that you can go to my blog if you want to see the whole recipe and maybe print it out. And please give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button so that you can see future videos coming out from me, and also hit that bell button to make sure that you get notified when videos are uploaded. Thank you so much for watching Global Bakes. Better get baking. Bye.